Hi everyone, my name is Miss Lisa and I'm here at the Fayette County Public Library today with fun foods. We have another fun food with pumpkin in it again for you today. We've done a whole month of pumpkin and we still have one more next week. So, you know, our holidays are coming up and people love pumpkin pie. And you may be really sort of scared to make a pumpkin pie because you know you have to bake it for just the right amount of time. Well, today you're going to watch me make a no-bake pumpkin pie. So this is one that you don't have to bake and it is so simple. You are going to need a half a cup of milk, a few of your spices here, and don't forget the pumpkin pie spice. You'll need a fourth of a cup of sugar, 1 whole tub of Cool Whip at room temperature, a half of a brick of the Philly cream cheese. You also need a half a cup of milk, which I already showed you the milk down there, but you also need instant pudding, use the vanilla, and a whole can of pumpkin, and a pre-made crust, okay? So here's your pie crust. All we have to do is add 3 ingredients and stir it up. Then add the other 3 ingredients and stir it up, and this is a layered pumpkin pie. So let's get started. We are going to take just half of this Cool Whip. I'm going to put it in my big mixing bowl. We're just taking half of it. The other half we're going to use as the top layer of our pie. We need just a half of a brick of the cream cheese. So I'm going to just divide that up into little slices as I add that in there. Okay, so there's 1/2 of the brick of cream cheese and that 1/4 cup of sugar. There we go. Now you could stir this up by hand if it's all smooth enough, but I brought my electric mixer today, my little hand mixer. So we're just going to turn this on and mix it up. Make sure that cream cheese gets eaten in there with that Cool Whip. All right, I think that's going to do it. So we have that Cool Whip and that cream cheese and the sugar all beaten up together. We're going to take this is our bottom layer, because this is sort of a layered pie. So we're going to take this and put it in our crust. Okay, let's smear that down. Alrighty, so there's our first layer in our pie. Now this is a pie that you are going to need to refrigerate for a little while after it's made. Okay, let me get all that yummy goodness in there. Get the rest of that off my spoon and into the pie crust. Alright, that's looking pretty good. Now for our next set of ingredients, I'm just going to use that same mixing bowl. I'm going to take our 1/2 cup of sugar. Milk. I'm sorry, that's milk, folks. I don't know what I was thinking. Alright, so there's my 1/2 cup of milk. And here is my pudding. I'm going to put that in there. Alright, I'm going to stir the pudding and the milk together. And then our pumpkin. Yes, we're going to add our pumpkin in there. And this becomes the second layer in our pie. Just stir those two things together. I can smell that pumpkin up here. So delicious. Alright, that about does it. Get all that pumpkin out of there. Okay, so we're just going to stir those 3 ingredients, the milk and the pudding, with the pumpkin. Okay, once you have sufficiently stirred those things together, you're going to take your pumpkin, make it another layer on top of that cream cheese and Cool Whip layer. Alright. After we get all that on there and spread it out, the last layer is to use the last bit of our Cool Whip. So you know you don't want to leave any of that Cool Whip in the bowl. We want to top our pumpkin pie off, don't we? You get just a little bit more out of the bowl. I should have to use this. Okay. I don't like leaving any of that yummy goodness in the mixing bowl. Needs to go in the pie. All right, there we go. Pie's getting pretty full. Stir it around, make it look pretty. All right, so our very last step is to take that other bit of Cool Whip and just top your pie with it. Spread it across the top. And you're going to want to put it, yes, you're going to want to put it in the refrigerator for a little bit. And folks, I just realized I made a terrible mistake. I forgot to put the pumpkin pie spice in with the pumpkin. Don't forget that, folks. I don't know what I can do about it right now because it's already topped with the whipped cream. Although, yes, I don't know what I can do about that. I suppose I can take a little of the cinnamon and sugar it up on top. I don't know if that's a good idea or not. Well, I might decorate it a little bit with the cinnamon on top. I don't know, folks. Don't forget that the pumpkin pie spice in with the pumpkin. So we're going to have a pie that I'm going to try here in an hour or so because I'm going to go put it in the refrigerator. That's not going to have the pumpkin pie spice. I'm so sorry. All right, when you make it at home, don't forget the spices. Okay, don't forget the nutmeg. Don't forget the cinnamon. Anyway, it looks pretty. I'm sure it's going to taste good, even though it doesn't have the spice in it. I'm so sorry. All right, folks. Next week, we have another pumpkin. And I got to make sure I don't forget the spice, right? Another pumpkin recipe. All right, today you've been here at the Fayette County Public Library with me, Miss Lisa, for another Fun Foods. See me again next Tuesday for our last pumpkin recipe.